Hi, it's Lou Manfredini, Ace's Home Expert, and in this video, we're going to teach you how to change the drive belt on your lawnmower. All right, this is the belt that is used for the front drive wheels on this old Toro lawnmower, and you'll see the designation, it's a 22-inch. You want to make sure that you're buying the right drive belt. This particular one says it's good for any unit 2009 or newer. Now the front wheels are the drive portion of this mower, and so what we're going to do is turn this on its side. This shroud right here is going to have to come off, and then there's another metal shroud underneath that I'll show you that also has to be removed for the old belt to come off and the new belt to go on. You just want to make sure that it's not full of fuel, and if it does have any fuel, make sure that this is tight and tip it in such a manner that won't drip any fuel or oil while you're working on it. Okay, I've removed the spark plug as well, just for a safety consideration. Here is the old belt right here, if you can see it. And this is what's a little worn. There's a metal shroud right here that protects the pulley and protects the belt. And there's a bolt here, and there's a bolt here that we're going to remove. And then that plastic shroud that's on the top, it's hard to see, but there's a couple of bolts on the underside that need to be removed as well to go ahead and take that off. Okay, on this particular mower, I'm using a 1/2-inch deep well socket just so I can grab onto that, and you're going to loosen that bolt. And you're going to find that this is probably pretty tight initially, but you just go ahead and take the whole thing off. Now we're going to remove the other one, which is down here, underneath all that grass. It's a good idea while you have this here to clean all this up as well. Well, you'll notice if it's really hard and you can't pull it off, hold the ratchet tightly and firmly here, and then just take your fist and give it a couple pops. It's called cracking the bolt or cracking the nut so that you loosen it, and then you can go ahead and take it off. Now you don't have to take this all the way off, this one, okay? This bolt is actually also holding the engine to the actual deck of the mower. It's helping to hold it there. So I would probably just leave that one still connected so it doesn't move. All right, this is one of the nuts right here, and there's another one back over here. It's 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to use that same socket. I don't have a deep well, but I'm going to put the 3/8 in there and go ahead and loosen. You're going to have a fair amount of grass from this old mower that's caught inside there when you take this shroud off. So just, clean it all out. It's a good opportunity to just kind of get it as clean as possible. All right, so there's that shroud. See all that grass I was talking about? Now this little housing here, we're going to have to take that off as well to be able to feed the new belt through there. Okay, so looking closely, it's actually square tip bit like this that I'm going to just use on the end of the screwdriver and loosen this up. Whole idea is I just need this metal bracket off so I can feed the new belt through. So there's 3 total bolts holding that shroud over the top. Now with the screws out, and just let that hang, pull this belt off of there on this side and come around to the other side. I'm going to pull this belt through, okay, and it should be long enough to just feed through and out, and now the belt is out. Let's just double check that the belts are the same size, and they are. Now we're going to do that same feed through, okay, to line that back up. I'm going to push this through. Now that that belt is here on this side, I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt back in just to secure everything. And just make sure that the belt is on that pulley as you tighten this bolt back on. Get that relatively tight, come back to the lower one, and just get this one tight as well. And you really want these to be nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten them, but you want them torqued really well because, as I mentioned, this is helping to hold the engine to the deck as well as this protective housing for the belt. Now let's go to the other side. Now we're gonna feed this pulley through the belt, and if you rotate the belt a little bit and rotate it onto the pulley, I'm actually moving on the other side the blade just to get it to spin a little bit to line it up. Now it's on there. Now I'm going to put this shroud back on. Don't over tighten these just yet. I want you to get them all set first so that everything lines up. Now this shroud we're going to place over the top and then come back with those screws on the bottom and screw them into these two threaded portions of the cover. You don't want to over tighten this because you're using a metal screw into the plastic. Just get it nice and snug. It's just a protective shroud. It doesn't have to be overly tight. And then we're just going to double check everything's there, that this belt is on the loop. I'm just going to rotate this to see that in fact it rotates. This will rotate now without any problem because it's not engaged. When you pull the handle, that's what engages the pulley. And that's it. My video on how to change a spark plug on your lawnmower is coming up next.